G'day, it's Richard. If you've been working on the same site for months and you're starting to wonder if you're wasting your time or if you should stick it out, this one's for you. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you the clear signs of when to stay versus when to move on, how to make that decision without letting your emotions run the show, and most importantly, how to leave the right way so you don't burn bridges. And at the end, I'll give you a simple checklist you can use today to figure out what your next move should be. Let's get into it.
Right, quick context. A lot of people get stuck on the same site for way too long. They're doing the same tasks every day, they're not learning anything new, but they're scared to leave because it's steady work and they don't want to rock the boat. On the flip side, some people leave too early. They get frustrated after a few weeks, they bail without a plan, and then they're scrambling to find the next job with no reference and a gap in their work history. Both of those hurt your career. So the goal here is to help you figure out where you actually are, make a smart decision, and if you do need to leave, do it in a way that keeps your reputation intact. Because construction's a small world, and people talk. How you leave one job affects the next 5. So let's make sure you get this right.
Block 1. Signs that it's worth staying. Alright, let's start with the good stuff. If you're seeing these signs, you're probably in a decent spot, and you should think twice before jumping ship. Sign number 1. You're learning real skills. Not just carrying stuff, but actual skills. You're learning how to tile, how to frame, how to waterproof, how to read plans. If someone's teaching you and you're getting better at something that will make you more valuable down the track, that's a reason to stay. Learning is currency in construction. Don't leave a job where you're actually getting trained. Sign number 2. Your tasks are getting better. When you started, you were just sweeping and fetching. Now you're cutting, measuring, setting up, maybe even working on your own for parts of the day. That's progression. If the work's getting more interesting and more responsible, you're moving in the right direction. Sign number 3. Your hours are consistent or increasing. You're getting called back every week, maybe even getting offered extra days. That means they value you. If your phone's ringing and you're getting steady work, don't take that for granted. A lot of people would kill for that. Sign number 4. Someone's invested in you. There's a tradie or a foreman who's actually taking time to show you things, giving you feedback, telling you what to work on. That's rare and it's valuable. If someone's investing their time in you, you should invest your time back. Sign number 5. There's a clear path forward. You can see what the next step is. Maybe it's moving from labourer to trade assistant, or from assistant to apprentice, or just taking on more responsibility. If you can see where you're headed and it makes sense, stay the course. If you've got 3 or more of those signs, you're probably in a good spot. Stick with it, keep learning, keep building relationships. But if you're not seeing those things, let's talk about the other side. Block 2. Signs that it's time to move on. Alright, here's when you should start looking elsewhere. And I'm not saying quit tomorrow, but these are the signs that you're not going to progress where you are. Sign number 1. You're doing the exact same tasks every single day and nothing's changing. You've been there for 4, 5, 6 months and you're still just moving materials, sweeping, holding things. No one's teaching you anything. No one's giving you better work. That's a dead end. If you're not learning, you're not growing and you're wasting time. Sign number 2. Promises, but no follow through. They keep saying, oh yeah, we'll get you doing more soon, or we'll see about getting you trained. But weeks go by and nothing happens. That's just talk. If they're not backing it up with action, they're not serious. And you shouldn't waste your time waiting for something that's never going to come. Sign number 3. Your hours are dropping or becoming inconsistent. You used to work 5 days a week, now it's 3, or you're only getting called when they're desperate. That's a sign they don't value you, or the work's drying up. Either way, you need a backup plan. Sign number 4. The environment's toxic. People are disrespectful, there's constant conflict, the boss is a nightmare, or you just dread going to work every day. Life's too short for that. Your mental health matters. If the place is making you miserable, start looking. Sign number 5. You're not getting paid fairly or consistently. Late payments, dodgy pay slips, cash under the table with no super, or you know for a fact you're getting underpaid compared to what you should be getting. That's not just bad, it's a red flag. Get out before it gets worse. If you're seeing 3 or more of those, it's time to start putting feelers out. But here's the thing. Don't just walk out in anger. Let's talk about how to make this decision properly. Now, before I show you how to leave the right way, I want to give you a simple method to make this decision without letting your emotions take over.
Because when you're frustrated, it's easy to quit on a bad day and regret it later. So stay with me for this next bit. Block 3. How to decide without emotion. Here's what you do. Grab your phone, open your notes, and answer these 5 questions honestly. Don't overthink it, just gut reaction. Question 1. Am I learning something valuable at least once a week? Yes or no? Question 2. Do I have at least one person on site who respects me and is helping me improve? Yes or no? Question 3. Are my hours stable or getting better? Yes or no? Question 4. Can I see a clear next step in the next 3 months? Yes or no? Question 5. Do I feel good about going to work most days? Not every day, but most days. Yes or no? If you answered yes to 3 or more, stay. Keep working, keep learning, give it another few months and reassess. If you answered yes to 2 or less, start looking. Not tomorrow, but this week. Start putting applications in, start asking around. You don't have to quit yet, but you need a plan B. And here's the key. Don't quit until you've got something else lined up. I don't care how frustrated you are. Don't leave without another job unless the place is genuinely unsafe or you're not getting paid. Because gaps in your work history hurt you, and scrambling for work when you're desperate means you'll take the first thing that comes along, even if it's worse. So start looking while you're still employed. Apply on weekends, make calls at lunch, keep it quiet. And when you get an offer, then you make your move. Block 4. How to leave the right way without burning bridges. Alright, so you've decided to leave. You've got another job lined up, or at least you've got a solid lead. Now, how do you actually leave without making enemies? First, timing. Give at least a week's notice if you can. 2 weeks is better, but I know in construction sometimes it's more casual. The point is, don't just not show up one day. That's the fastest way to burn a bridge. Call your boss or foreman as soon as you know you're leaving and tell them. Second, tone. Be respectful, be grateful, and keep it simple. Don't trash talk the job, don't list all the things you didn't like, don't get emotional. Even if you hated it, you stay professional. Because the way you leave is what people remember. Third, offer to help with the transition. If they need you to stay an extra few days to finish a job or to show someone else what you've been doing and you can do it, offer. It shows you're not just bailing, you're leaving responsibly, and that goodwill comes back to you later. Fourth, stay in touch. After you leave, send a quick message a few weeks later. Hey mate, just wanted to say thanks again for the opportunity. Hope the job's going well. That's it. Keeps the door open, keeps the relationship alive. Because you never know when you'll need a reference or when they'll have a better opportunity down the track. Block 5. The scripts. Alright, here's what you actually say when you're leaving. I'm going to give you 2 versions. One for a boss or foreman and one for a tradie or contractor who's been calling you directly. Keep it short, keep it clean. Let's go. Script A. Talking to a boss or foreman. You call them or you catch them at the end of the day and you say this. Hey mate, I wanted to let you know I've accepted another opportunity and I'll be finishing up here next Friday. I really appreciate the chance to work with you and the experience I've gained. If you need me to help wrap anything up or show someone the ropes before I go, just let me know. Thanks again. That's it. Professional, grateful, no drama. Most of the time they'll respect that and wish you well. If they ask why you're leaving, keep it vague and positive. Just a good opportunity that came up, or I'm looking to learn more in a different area. Don't get into details. Script B. Talking to a tradie or contractor who calls you directly. This one's a bit more personal because you've probably been working closely with them. So you say, hey mate, I wanted to give you a heads up. I've taken another job and I'll be wrapping up with you next week. I've really enjoyed working with you and I've learned heaps. If you ever need a hand down the track or if something comes up, feel free to give me a call. I'd be happy to help out if I can. Cheers. Again, respectful, grateful, leaves the door open. If they're a good tradie, they'll understand. People move on. It's part of the industry. What matters is how you do it. All right, that's the process. When to stay, when to go, how to decide, and how to leave without burning bridges. But before we finish, let me give you that checklist I promised. Stay or go checklist. Run through these and be honest with yourself. 1. Am I learning something new at least once a week? If yes, stay. If no, that's a point towards leaving. 2.
Are my tasks getting better, or are they exactly the same as 3 months ago? Better means stay. Same means go. 3. Are my hours stable or increasing? Stable or up? Stay. Dropping? Start looking. 4. Is there someone on site who's actually invested in teaching me? If yes, that's valuable. Stay. If no, you're on your own. 5. Have I been promised things that never happened? If it's all talk and no action, that's a sign to leave. 6. Do I dread going to work most days? If yes, your mental health matters more than the paycheck. Start looking. 7. Am I getting paid fairly and on time? If no, that's a massive red flag. Get out. 8. Can I see a clear path forward in the next 3 to 6 months? If yes, stay and work towards it. If no, there's no future here. If you've got more reasons to stay than to go, give it another few months and reassess. If you've got more reasons to go, start putting applications in this week. And when you do leave, do it the right way. Give notice, be respectful, stay in touch. That's how you build a career that lasts.
All right, mate, that's the episode. If this helped you figure out your next move, drop a comment and let me know. Are you staying or are you planning to move on? And what's making you lean that way? I'd love to hear where you're at. And if you've got mates who are stuck on the same site and they're not sure what to do, send them this. It might be exactly what they need to hear to make a decision. Next episode, I'm talking about how to handle the downtime between jobs without going broke or losing momentum. What to do when you're between sites, how to stay sharp, how to keep money coming in, and how to make sure you don't fall off the radar. That's a big one, especially if you're doing casual work. You're going to want to hear it. Cheers for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.